Hello. Well, I know that first of all, I should say welcome. I'm Carrie Keller. I'm director of the Career Center here at K-State. Now, I do not want you to take the fact that there are several open seats here today as any indication that this is less of a festive event than it always is. It's just that, after COVID, we are in person and online. We are live streaming this as well as having it in person. And I have to tell you, after having done this exclusively online for the last 2 years, I am so glad you all are here in person, 3D, the whole works. And you can even make little noises throughout today. Yes, yay! So this is one of my favorite events of the whole year because I really feel like this is an event, an occasion where we get to honor students that I always think are kind of our unsung heroes of the K-State community. When we gather together in this way, I also think it's really important that we also acknowledge the land and the people that have come before us. So I also want to read through the Indigenous Land Acknowledgement. As the first land-grant institution established under the 1862 Morrill Act, we acknowledge that the state of Kansas is historically home to many Native nations, including the Kaw, the Osage, the Pawnee, and the Pawnee. Furthermore, Kansas is current home to 4 federally recognized Native nations: the Prairie Band Potawatomi, the Kickapoo Tribe of Kansas, the Iowa Tribe of Kansas and Nebraska, and the Sac and Fox Nation of Missouri in Kansas and Nebraska. Many Native nations utilize the western plains of Kansas as their hunting grounds, and others, such as the Delaware, were moved through the region during Indian removal efforts to make way for white settlers. It's important to acknowledge this, since the land that serves as the foundation for this institution was, and still is, stolen land. We remember these truths because K-State's status as a land-grant institution is a story that exists within ongoing settler colonialism and rests on the dispossession of indigenous peoples and nations from their lands. These truths are often invisible to many. The recognition that K-State's history begins and continues through indigenous contexts is essential. So as we honor our past and also recognize and give thanks for those currently supporting this kind of program and event for our students, I do want to draw your attention to the back of your awards ceremony and recognize that the K-State Alumni Association provides this beautiful facility that we can have this event in for a really great discount for the Career Center. And I do have to just acknowledge that really our first year, I believe I trace this back to 2015, we were in 1/4 of this ballroom, and we filled the whole entire ballroom and then had to keep expanding and expanding. And I'm so appreciative of the K-State Alumni Association for letting us to continue to expand. I also want to acknowledge the K-State Parents and Family Association. Our award recipients would not have the lovely awards that we'll be presenting to them. The other kinds of accommodations that you have today that brings us together. And also I want to acknowledge the Career Center champions. These are employers that help to support career development efforts with the Career Center and really across the entire campus. And if you are a student that's being honored today, I want you to know that probably every single employer on there would love to speak with you. So go log into Handshake and check them out. But really, it's great to have their support. I also would like to acknowledge the great work of our steering committee, particularly DeLon Barber from the Career Center that's corralled all of this. And believe me, it has not been easy, because after 2 years of being online, DeLon would say to me, "And where is the such and such document?" And I would say, Well, let's see. We were not here, and it might have gotten saved on the network drive, but maybe not. So we had a lot of piecing together to do to put this event on. And then lastly, I just want to acknowledge the Wildcat Watch, because you're going to get to see some really wonderful videos of our finalists today, and those will be posted on the Career Center website for you to be able to view in years to come. And we have the previous winners posted there as well, which I also just want to acknowledge that this is named after Kyle Pelton, and if you don't know, he was the second winner, the second winner of this award, and very tragically was killed in an accident in the following year. And it just reminds us how precious life is, and that we want to live with joy and enthusiasm, and give thanks for every day we're given. And so it's wonderful to be able to remember Kyle on another festive day like today. So I am going to now turn it over to Grace.
Hi. Like Carrie said, my name is Grace. I'm one of the graduate assistants at the Career Center right now, and I have the honor of introducing all of the nominees for this year. So now I'm just going to ask that the applause is held until the end so each candidate can properly be recognized. And students, as you hear your name being read, if you'd come forward and receive your certificate. Molly Allison, Ambassador of Veterinary Medicine Admissions Office. Jenny Amarin, Student Worker, Horticulture and Natural Resources. Landis Beverly, Kitchen Assistant, Hospitality Management. Carly Brungart, Teaching Assistant, Grain Science and Industry. Cheyenne Bruner, Student Worker, Gender, Women, and Sexuality Studies. Christopher Burrell, Student, Staff, Diversity, and Multicultural Student Affairs. Nicole Castle, Student Worker, Small Animal ICU. Kenny Cecil, Lead Student Worker, College of Business Career Development. Lily Colburn, Student Coordinator, Staley Schools of Leadership Studies. Carson DeWeese, Research Assistant for Agronomy. Zachary Dillinger, Marketing Assistant, Union Marketing. Riley Diskin, Program Student Worker, K-State Alumni Association. Alyssa Durant, Career Specialist, Career Center. Mitch Flanagan, Kitchen Aid, KSU Center for Child Development. Michaela Fullerton, Strengths Peer Coach and 212 Class Leader, Staley School of Leadership Studies. Kirsten Gross, Director's Office Assistant, Union Director's Office. Kaylee Hansen, Student Employee, College of Business Student Success Center. Anthony Hemman, Student Worker, LARC Comparative Medicine Group. Alex Hill, M&E Ambassador for M&E Engineering. Lindsay Johnson, Event Planning Intern, Career Center. Sophia Johnson, Business Office Student Worker Agronomy. Jacoby Kerr, Student Employee Agronomy, Kansas Foundation Seed Project. Stephen Clausen, Student Leader, Housing and Dining, Kramer Dining Center. Mason Klisch, Student Research Technician, Horticulture and Natural Resources. Chance Kopsha, Student Worker, DMP, Parasitology. Ashley Larkin, Student Supervisor, Housing and Dining, Kramer Dining Center. Kylin Mallon, Undergraduate Student Worker, Diagnostic Medicine, Pathobiology. Lainey Manabach, M&E Ambassador, M&E Engineering. Hannah Marks, KitchenAid, KSU Center for Child Development. Sean Nyland, Student Office Assistant, Office of Student Financial Assistance. Sydney O'Brien, Lead Student Representative, Office of Recruitment and Admissions. Zach Perez, Student Assistant, Off-Campus Housing Support Director, Office of Student Life. Logan Pyle, Resident Assistant and Student Life Desk Worker, Salina Auxiliary. Luke Resch-Willie, Student Leader, Housing and Dining Services. Haley Reiners, Library Help Student Specialist, K-State Libraries User Services. Gina Ruselo, Career Development Assistant, College of Business Career Development. Annabelle Senko, Peer Financial Counselor, PowerCat Financial. Troy Stambaugh, Resident Assistant, Housing and Dining Services. Sydney Stuckey, KitchenAid, KSU Center for Child Development. Skylar Zinger, Student Assistant, College of Agriculture Academic Programs. Yashong Luke Zhang, Dining Student Employee, Housing and Dining, Kramer Dining Center. Carter Zonker, Accounting Student Worker, Grain Science and Industry. All right, will you help me recognize all of our candidates? And now would you help me welcome Dr. Thomas Lane, Vice President for Student Life and Dean of Students.
Good afternoon. It is great to see you all here. As Carrie mentioned, this is my third Kyle Pelton Award ceremony. This is the first one that I've been to in person. So I share Carrie's joy in just seeing all of these beautiful faces and supporters of our students. Thank you so much for being here. And you know, we all shine a little brighter when we're supported and lifted up and loved by others. And so I'd like to take just a real quick point of personal privilege and ask, for those of you who nominated or are here in support of a student nominee, would you mind standing up and let our nominees thank you? The history of the Student Employee of the Year Award dates back to 2015, and similar to how we annually recognize excellent work by our faculty and our staff, this award is intended to highlight the special and meaningful contributions from our student employees. And so each year, we dedicate a week in April to celebrate our student employees, and this is part of a national program that recognizes the really important, valuable contribution of student work and our student employees. Since 2015, our departments at K-State have nominated over 412 students for this award. It's really impressive. As Carrie mentioned, in 2016, Kyle Pelton was recognized as a Student Employee of the Year, and Kyle served as a student employee in our new student services area. Tragically, Kyle died in an auto accident later that year, and to honor his memory, the Student Employee of the Year Award was named after Kyle. And so this award continues to allow us the opportunity to recognize student employees who truly have made a difference at K-State. Each year, K-State has anywhere from between about 5,000 to 6,000 student employees making important contributions from areas ranging from agronomy to video production. And the benefits of student employment, they go way beyond having a job and collecting a paycheck, though we all know that's really important, right? We know that student employees are more likely to be retained and more engaged as students at K-State. We also know that the student employee experience can help develop skills that employees desire, skills such as communicating with others, thinking critically, managing time, completing priorities, customer service skills, just to name a few. But also your student employee experience can also help and build skills that just simply make you a better person. So skills like listening, patience, understanding and empathizing with others, especially those who might be different from you. To be nominated for this award means somebody saw remarkable qualities in you. So for example, they noticed your attention to the quality of the work that you do and your professionalism, that you know your job and you do it well. They also noticed your reliability, that you follow through on your commitments. They noticed that you showed initiative. You didn't wait to be told what to do, and you looked for ways to improve your work environment. So quality of work, reliability, professionalism, initiative, all those really, really important characteristics. But there was also one more quality that I think helps set you apart from among others, and that's the quality of care. All have a caring attitude and a desire to serve others. And to me, that's at the heart of leadership, caring for and serving others. And so I don't want to just thank our student employees for being great employees, which they are, but I also want to thank you for exhibiting leadership. And so congratulations, well done, and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lane. Good afternoon. My name is DeLon Barber. I've had the privilege of serving as the chair for the steering committee for the Kyle Pelton Student Employee of the Year. I'd first like to say thank you to my committee, Tony Ballard, Megan Aiken, Emily Johnson, and Marcus Kidd. So thank you guys. Without your help, and especially me being new, and steering me in the right direction, this would have been possible. So thank you guys. Yes, please give them a round of applause. We'd now like to recognize one of our campus departments for their continued efforts in celebrating their student employees. Since the Student Employee of the Year Award was created in 2015, Housing and Dining Services has consistently submitted nominations each year and has nominated a total of over 50 of its student employees. During the 2021-2022 academic year, they have employed over 500 K-State students. Housing and Dining Services has been a staple in the K-State community and has provided a safe and enriching environment for our students. They continue to exemplify excellence and a strong passion for the Wildcat Way. Please join me in honoring this year's Student Employee Community of Care Award recipient, Housing and Dining Services. Our tradition of exceptional students nominees continues this year with over 40 nominees. The committee had a tough task narrowing down the list of qualified students down to 5 finalists, and from there, selecting this year's honoree. As a committee, we wish to thank those that nominated a student. Thank you for helping to recognize the value that student staff provide to your department. In addition, a thank you to the colleagues, coworkers, and families of our nominees. Your continued support of these students allow them to find success, not just at K-State, but in their future endeavors. Our 5 finalists have demonstrated living by the principles of community and, of course, the Wildcat Way, which are characteristics that make a place like K-State so great. At this time, we would like to share how our 5 finalists excel in these areas and serve as exceptional student employees. Take a look at the screen.
He's a real go-getter. He wants to learn. He questions everything and asks why, and wants to know why we do certain things the way we do them. Not only was he a student of mine, but he's also one of my student workers. While he's been working for me, he's grown, he's matured, and now he knows enough that he can actually train other students. So what Landis does is he's a kitchen assistant. So he's my assistant in the kitchen and also helps out in classwork as well. His main job is to help out with catering and production of food, so he does a very good job of that. He's one of those real go-getters. I can also send him for caterings by himself. I don't have to worry about it. I can say, here's your product that you need to take, this is where you need to go, and he takes care of it, comes back, brings me pictures of it to show, hey, this is what I did and I'm proud of what I did. One other thing that he normally does is he helps out not just myself, but he is recognized by other members of our college department. Having those individuals be a part of this as well is an amazing thing. He helps out other individuals as well as the dean's office, the accounting office, here in the main office of the hospitality department. So he's very vast in what he does. He always wants to make a difference in someone else's life. Last semester, in the fall semester of 21, we did something called the Kanza Student Table, which is a free meal for all KSU students, faculty, and staff that's distributed that evening. And what he did in the morning was he organized both of my classes to come together to get that done, so that 550 students on campus were able to get that free meal that night. So it was awesome that he was able to do that. And I always thought about that, how many other students would actually come to class when they didn't have class. So he has a really great heart. You could see it there. He's like, what, people need to eat tonight, and we're the ones that are going to be feeding those people.
Lily is a student coordinator for our International Service Teams program, which is a global service learning program that's open to any K-State students. Lily was a participant in the program in 2019. She traveled to the Gambia with her fellow K-State students to work with our partners at Sandeli Foundation. And after Lily returned, I was really excited to hire on to the student staff team. In this role, Lily really manages all of the day-to-day kind of programmatic aspects. So she's doing recruitment for the program, she's talking with interested students, she's coordinating and setting up the application and the interview process, she's assisting in building the teams that will travel to our global partners over the summer months. And then in the spring semester, she co-teaches the class with me. So there's a course that all students take as participants in this program to help them prepare for their time abroad. And this class, I will also say, can talk about some challenging topics for a lot of our participants. And so Lily co-teaches that experience. Lily is exceptional, and that was really clear from when I first met her when she was a first-year student here at K-State. She is really naturally curious about our world, about her place in our world, and she's really committed to making it a better place. Specifically through environmental policy and sustainability efforts. That's really where her career is going to take her, which is exciting. I'm looking forward to having her in a place where she's going to be leading our communities in the future. But Lily, for our program, has done an exceptional job in a really, really challenging time. Throughout 2021, we still knew that we weren't going to be able to travel, and Lily sought really creative ways to continue working with our partners and to also continue keeping, kind of helping to keep people aware of the program, what it is and the opportunity that it offered. So she really carried the program throughout 2021 and made sure that those relationships were maintained and continued.
I wanted to nominate Jacoby for this award because he is an outstanding employee. Jacoby does a little bit of everything for us. He was hired on initially as summer help with our program. Last year, my predecessor left, and so I assumed the role of manager for this program. My predecessor was really heavy on the tech side. He could fix things, and when he left, there was a void I needed someone to fill. Didn't fill this position for the longest time. And when Jacoby came on, he was able to act as my tech for the summer. He's really enthusiastic about what he does, so he'll take on any project with a lot of energy. He's got a lot of ideas. There was quite a few days this summer where I had to work extra, like on the weekends. We had to get trucks unloaded into bins, field harvested for the increase that we had. And I texted Jacoby, I was like, hey, would you be interested in helping? No questions asked, he was really eager to work on. He loves running equipment, this sort of thing, so he was more than willing to help out. My most favorite memory from that day is we were harvesting, and the combine's a little bit loud, and I was on the other edge of the field, and I could hear him singing from the combine from however far away it was. I could just hear him singing because he just has that type of personality. He has an internship this summer, and I wish the best luck for him. I know they're extremely lucky to have him on there, so I think he'll do really well.
Sydney embodies this award because she's someone that's not only personal, she's empathetic to her team, she's empathetic to the people that call. She is constantly seeking opportunities not only for her to learn and grow, but for our whole unit to learn and grow. You have a lot of students that are calling with different backgrounds, different situations and stuff, and so I think Sydney makes those interactions very personal. She's understanding, like I said, she makes sure that they're leaving with an answer and a better understanding when they originally called. So she's very empathetic to the situation. I love that aspect about her. My favorite thing about Sydney is that she is always looking for opportunities to further grow herself in her position as well as an individual. So she's always seeking out learning opportunities, further challenging herself, and just a true support for our team as a whole. She's grown into this position, she's developed confidence in not only herself but her role, but she's created learning moments for our whole team to grow. So she actually implemented these conversations or these talks by providing special guests to our monthly trainings. And these have ranged from cultural awareness to actually understanding the process of international students and how they become admitted to K-State. And so we have a whole new mindset of that and have a whole new understanding so that we can be better in assisting them so that they can attend K-State. And I just think that she sees a problem and she provides a solution and is willing to, go with it. And I love that about her. I just think she has made a huge impression on our team. We're gonna miss her, but she's gonna do great. And I know that these students are going to follow Sydney as she leaves and they come into their positions.
Annabelle Sanko is our peer financial counselor extraordinaire. She's been with PowerCap Financial for 3 years as a peer counselor and has risen to the level of being a student assistant as well. Truly, her title should be assistant director. She is that top notch, and she goes out of the way to be passionate about the work that she does for PowerCap Financial. She's been passionate about different diverse student populations, making sure that they're connected to our services. She was actually able to create an entirely new financial event for us on that topic. called Paying for School as a Diverse Student. She did all the legwork of surveying the multicultural student organization members to see what their interests were, what their needs were, and the most effective method. And so she came up with this panel, and it was just a great attribute of hers to think on the student level what would work, and then on the PowerCat financial level of what our outreach services are. There's nothing that we do today that Annabelle hasn't touched. From the day-to-day office work to the large programming across campus to the marketing efforts of letting students know about us too. She's left such a broad impact on the program that she deserves some recognition as being somebody that we will forever be grateful to, and the university should be grateful to. PowerCat Financial is lucky that we had Annabelle with us, but there's so many other areas of campus that she's also touched. She was a McNair Scholar. She was on the Financial Planning Association Student Challenge. She's been a leader in various multicultural student organizations. She's an excellent student as well. And her motto is, "It doesn't cost to be kind." So that just tells you everything about her.
All right. A special thank you to Wildcat Watch and Mr. Connor Balthazar for his work and production of the videos. As you can tell, they're really well done. I appreciate all the nominators. You guys did a tremendous job of speaking on behalf of your student employees' work, so thank you for that. At this time, if I could get Dr. Lane back up here, help me pass out these awards to our finalists. Finalists, as I read your name, if you could come up to the front of the stage, and we can hand these out for you guys. Thank you. First up, Landis Beverly, Hospitality Management. Lily Colburn, Leadership Studies. Jacoby Kerr, Agronomy, KSU Foundation Seed. Sydney O'Brien, Office of Recruitment and Admissions. And Annabelle Sanko, PowerCat Financial. Now, can we get a big round of applause for all of our finalists here? Thank you, guys. At this time, it is my pleasure to announce on behalf of the committee that the 2022 Kansas State University Kyle Pelton Student Employee of the Year is Landis Beverly. Thank you guys so much. Parents, family, we will have time afterwards that you can take pictures and whatnot. So thank you once again to all of the finalists, all of the nominators, nominees. You guys have done a tremendous work here at K-State and truly have exemplified the Wildcat way. So thank you guys. Congratulations to our winner, all of our finalists, all of our nominees. Landis, if you would like to give a speech, you can come on up. All right, you can take my place. With that being said, I'd like to invite Michael Dowd, the 2021-2022 Student Body President, up for some closing remarks. Give him a round of applause as he comes up.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, congratulations to every candidate this evening. This is such an incredible time that we're able to gather here today and celebrate not simply the nominations and accomplishments that we've had, but our continued commitment to serving K-State and to serving our peers. So for everyone who has been nominated, congratulations, and join me in another round of applause. Now, secondly, this celebration can't actually occur unless we have an incredible leader who's driving that force forward. And so for not only the steering committee and all of their organization, but for the day in, day out commitment that Dylan has provided to leading this group and putting on such a great event, I want to wish you congratulations, tremendous thanks. Please join me in another round of applause for Dylan. Now let's take a moment to reflect on this entire year. Really, in working on campus provides a very unique opportunity. And let's not sugarcoat it. Things have been challenging over this last year, and many of us have not just worked in 1 year, but have continued to work over and over and over again to serve this university. And when I say let's not sugarcoat it and that things have been challenging, they really, truly have been. We've had complete disruptions in our working environment, fears of safety and fears of not being able to connect and collaborate with some of our peers. We've also, as student workers, are oftentimes at the front lines of those concerns, hearing concerns from folks who might be disgruntled that their program is changing or that they aren't able to receive help in the way that they want. Having to show up and put in the effort for not just those small tasks, but also for tasks that literally keep our university running. I think it's important for us to recognize that the work and the commitment that each person, each student worker has shown has truly made this university a better place. And more importantly, it's not just about those big, grand efforts that we've made, but it's about those small commitments and showing up in the little ways as well, because that's how we're able to build that trust and learn the skills to become effective leaders across our careers. And what are those other skills that we've learned? I think first and foremost, it's being persistent in the things that we do. Showing up and making sure that the tasks that we're given for that day are accomplished, or we've got a plan to accomplish them in the near future. I think on top of that, it's figuring out that commitment to working together with the folks around us and ensuring that we're functioning as a well-oiled team, even when we're short-staffed or amid the chaos that typically happens on a day-to-day workday. And I think lastly, the skills that we've learned, that persistence, that adaptability, that commitment, those are not things that we can teach in a classroom. Those are things that we have to experience and learn how to do for the people that we serve. So I think altogether, every person here who's been nominated and who has showed that commitment, on a personal note, thank you. For all that you've poured into Kansas State University, and we should each be so incredibly proud that our service has not just made an impact in getting things done, our service has made an impact and has truly made K-State a better place. So once again, congratulations. We should all be very proud of our accomplishments, and I hope you all feel that way. Thank you again, and go Cats.
All right. I think we made it in record time, so good for us. Before we go, and I know some of these people might hate me for it, but it's okay. I want to thank Sandra for taking our photos today. truly appreciate you being here and all your hard work with our presentation. Jody, for working my computer over there, thank you so much. And also, once again, to my committee, thank you guys. Thank you for all your tremendous help in getting this done. I truly appreciate it. And last but not least, Dr. Lane, thank you for being here and giving such great and kind remarks and being a leader for our student body. We truly appreciate it. With that being said, oh, and of course, Carrie, thank you so much. With that being said, if we can have all nominees stand up real quick, please. All of you, where you're standing, just stand up real quick. Everyone give them a big round of applause for all they've done. Thank you guys so much. There are cookies and other refreshments in the back. Feel free to take lots and lots of pictures. Thank you, family members, friends, all those who came out to support. We appreciate you guys, and go Cats. Oh, can we have the 5 finalists up here, please?